How's it going, everyone? Dylan, the SDR Whisperer here with another student interview. Got my boy Johnny here. Good to see you, dude. How you doing?
You too. I'm doing good. What's up, guys?
Where are you based out of?
I'm based out of Los Angeles, California.
Nice. For anyone watching this, introduce yourself, what you're up to, what you're all about.
My name's Johnathan. I'm 18 years old. I live in Los Angeles, California. Literally graduated high school last June. And as of right now, I'm working as an appointment setter. Well, it's kind of like a hybrid role of an appointment setter and a closer right now through a role that the SDR Whisperers got me placed in.
That's crazy, dude. You're so young. So you graduated high school. What, obviously you're not going to college, or are you going to college still?
So I'm actually in like a community college. I take all my classes online. It's sort of just my backup plan. I know a lot of people say like don't have a backup plan, go all in with something, but in my opinion, I put so little effort into like school right now that it's, for me, it's kind of like, why not have that backup plan? So that's where I'm at right now.
What got you sold on sales?
Like a lot of people, I've been in like the online entrepreneurial game for a while now. I've seen all the things like drop shipping, SMMA, all of those type of things. I tried drop shipping, I tried SMMA, none of that really worked. And then I ended up coming across the idea of, high income skills, right? The only way an SMMA would work is if you literally would have had to be really good at cold calling in order for an SMMA to actually work. So then I realized that the foundation for all of these businesses was sales. So that's eventually what I ended up getting into. Saw a lot of people having a ton of success with sales. They all came from like the same background as me, trying drop shipping, trying an SMMA, and then sales is what ended up working for them and then helping them launch their career in the online game.
Sales is always like not the first thing that you do. It's always like the last, but it's always the one that works. It's like, that's what, I mean, I went to college. I was gonna be a criminal justice major. I was gonna be like a state trooper. And then that didn't work out. And I was like, oh, sales. And here we are. This is your second month or third month?
Like in sales or on the offer I'm on?
On the offer.
On the offer, I've been on it for just over a month now. So December to January will be my second full month.
Been on for a month. How was month one been? How many sets have you had? How many closes?
Month number one was absolutely awesome. I came in there. It was a great system built out. There was just a lot of things that I was able to come in and do that I don't even think the offer owner knew about. That I was able to close a ton of deals, for low ticket stuff, as well as set, well over like 200 calls, stuff like that. So the first month I ended up doing, I think it was just over 15,000 my first month there, which feels absolutely crazy. It's surreal, man. But yeah, it was an amazing first month overall.
15K, 18 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
Like you're well on your way, dude. And you're like so nonchalant about it. I think that's why you're going to be super successful, is because you're not like, you're like, oh yeah, I make like 13. $1,000 this month.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people are like 15K is a lot of money, but especially living in California, like I understand that 15 grand is really not that much money in the grand scheme of things. Once you start pushing for those higher, like 30, that's when things like truly get crazy. But 15, especially in California, that's like 10 after taxes. It's not it's obviously absurd being 18, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not really a crazy amount of money.
What are you doing with it? Your first big commission check?
So my first big commission, I ended up buying a Herman Miller chair. It's coming in soon. That was the first big spend. I always wanted one of those. They seem so awesome. I'm sure it's going to help with the back pain, sitting all day, that type of stuff. But other than that, I've really just been trying to save as much as possible. I know at the end of the year, I'm going to have to spend obviously a lot on taxes. So I'm just trying to save as much as possible until I get figured out exactly how much I'm going to have to pay.
Dude, desk chair is like a very good buy. I'm always about like just optimizing for what I use most.
Yeah.
Right. Like always invest in like your bed, your shoes, your desk, computer, shit like that. What is like, I'm always curious. You're 18. Do you live at home?
Yeah, I still live at home.
What does your parents say when you're like, yeah, I made $15,000 this month?
They're shocked. My dad was actually in tech sales. So he's kind of familiar with like how the whole sales game works and stuff like that. He made a lot of money doing tech sales. My mom's a doctor. I remember the first paycheck that I showed her, like I showed her this much. She was like, you want to see mine? And I was like, she showed me hers and I was like, this is absurd. So it just kind of gave me that extra level of motivation because they're obviously happy for me, but they know that there's a lot more out there and I can achieve a lot more, which hopefully I can.
That is so much more valuable. A lot of people think is like having parents that are like pushing you and giving you a good understanding of money is like not the end all, and it's more of a tool than anything else.
Pushed me to want to go even further because like I said, I know in the grand scheme of things 15 at this point in my life is absolutely crazy. If you had a family, if you had kids, it doesn't go as far as you think it does.
And like everyone on the internet's like make 10K a month, make 10K a month. As a salesperson, that's great money. As a business owner, it's not great money, right? And you said you did SMMA. Is like your long-term goal, like take the skill set of sales, get really good at sales, and then start your own thing, or
100%. That's always been my part. A lot of people say you don't want to be in sales for more than like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Not really like that long of a time period. My plan is build up as much knowledge, as much experience as I can within the sales game. On top of that, learning how the whole entire sales process works. So like CRMs, just how to take a lead from, like cold to actually being a buyer, stuff like that, I think is going to be super valuable for me if one day I want to start my own business, how to generate leads, stuff like that. Or if I want to start a sales agency, scaling up info products, stuff like that. That's obviously the goal for me, possibly sales agency. And then from there, build up something of my own.
Every salesperson is like an entrepreneur in training, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%.
The long-term goal of a sales guy is to run his own thing. Love to hear that, dude. What was your experience working with myself, with Donnie, like the whole placement process? How was that for you?
I remember I got in contact with Donnie. I think it was like the middle of October. Literally, I got on that first call with him. He just wanted to, a little bit about me, about my situation, probably to see if I would even be good at sales, stuff like that. And then after that, literally the next day, he sent me over an email with like 10 different offers I could interview for. I was like, holy crap, I've never seen this many, vetted, well sought after offers in one place. Like there was tons of them. So many companies that I could look up on the internet, and they were actually like, like real legit places. So that was awesome. It was like interview after interview. For most people who just get into the spaces, you're struggling to find a company that you want to work with. But for me, I remember I got on a couple calls with Donnie because I was torn between the offer that I'm on now and another offer. I'm really glad I ended up choosing this one, but I was torn between those two. And that's not a problem that most people just getting into sales have. But for me, that was. So it was super awesome what Donnie and what you guys were able to do for me.
That's what we pride ourselves on. Like a funny thing in the space is like, guarantee a job placement, right? And everyone's like, how do you do that? And it's like our main offer is not like the SDR Whisperer is just like our fulfillment for our business, which is working with the offers like you're on with Simone and all the other offers that we put on your table. That's our bread and butter. Is we're actually helping companies scale, and then we need good salespeople. So we decided to create the training and the coaching program. This is why I do it. It's fulfilling work. Well, I know you got people to message commissions to make. If someone wanted to find you, follow you, get in contact with you, if someone else is young, looking to get into sales, it's always good to have a chat with you. Like, where are you? Like, you be on Twitter, Instagram?
Yeah, so you guys can find me over on Twitter, X, I guess, at Johnathan Sack _. And then I'm also on Instagram as well, Johnny Sack _. So feel free to message me on there. I'm sure I'll respond. I'm always on my computer, answering DMs, answering text. I'll be sure to respond to you guys.
Appreciate anyone watching this. Thank you for hopping on here, dude. And if you guys are looking to get into sales, I'll include a link below this video. Go to the website, book a call with me or someone on my team, and we will get you results just like Johnny. We'll see you in the next one.